Hello everyone, welcome back. I want to drop a link below in the description so you guys can go to the ATF's comment page and comment on their proposed rule change for polymer 80 guns or home built guns. In a nutshell, they're trying to get people to serialize their guns. And it's really important that we all comment. We all drop a comment. The reason is because although they're not going to actually read the comments, all right, or they might just look at a very tiny sampling, right? Like out of the tens of thousands that they get, they might actually read 50 or 100 of them. But what they are going to look at is the total number of comments that come in. Is that number 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million? That number carries weight, and more importantly, it doesn't just carry weight with the ATF. It's whatever rule change they make is going to be challenged in the courts immediately. Okay, different gun organizations have said they're going to do this. Part of the evidence, part of the information that's going to come forth is how many comments the ATF received, regardless of this. And it makes a difference if they got 10,000, 20,000, 50,000, 100,000, a million. That's going to have an impact. Okay, how many Americans are impacted by this rule change? So that's why it's really important that you guys click below in the description, go to the comment page, drop a comment. I just gave 3 lines. Okay, 3 lines, not even full sentences. Right? I said the ATF is not a rulemaking body. Skip a line. Then I said shall not be infringed means exactly that. And then the skip a line, and then below that I said the government should never know how many guns there are and where they are. Okay, that's it. Just that. I didn't overthink it. They're not gonna read it. They really don't care what you think. They're gonna do whatever they're gonna do, but it's going to be challenged in court. Okay, and the total number of comments that go in is something that's going to help the people that are fighting this fight. Okay, so that's our job. Just go in there, make a comment, put a comment for yourself. Get a comment in there for your mother, your father, everybody in your family. Get a comment in there. You do have to put in an address, but it doesn't mean that. First of all, you don't have to be a gun owner to make a comment. Okay. So it's not like you're gonna make a comment and they're gonna be like, oh, he made a comment. He must have a home-built gun. He must have a P80 that he made. We're gonna put him on the list of people people's home to invade and take the guns. You don't have to be a gun owner to make a comment. Anybody can make a comment. So, like I said, they're not even gonna read the stuff. But if they read it, they're gonna read a really tiny sampling of it. If you are rude or insulting, they are going to disregard it, though. So, if somebody does look at it. So, we want each and every comment to count. So, just go in there. I mean, you could just copy and paste the Second Amendment, for that matter. But make a comment, bump that number up. Total number of comments is going to help the lawyers that are fighting this. Okay, so we got to get the number of comments up. They did back off a couple of months back. When they did the proposed rule changes for the stabilizing braces on the AR pistols, they backed off of that. It's now come back. Now they're coming back to it after having backed off of it because Biden told them pretty much to do so. But they're on very weak ground, right? They're on very shaky ground. In fact, we even have with the bump stock ban, right? We got one appeals court said that the bump stock ban was good. We have another appeals court in a different area of the country that said that it was unconstitutional. So now you got 2 appeals court at the same level with contradictory opinions, which means that most likely the Supreme Court is going to have to pick that up and sell it at some point. There's a good chance they might just bundle all this stuff together. Does the ATF have the power to make rule changes that affect people's lives? So the comments count. So again, just click below in the description. That'll take you straight to the comment section. Right? I'm not taking you to the page where they give you this long list of things they're gonna do, because I already forgot what they said they're gonna do. In a nutshell, they want these things serialized, okay? Which doesn't even make sense, because even if they are serialized, you still can't trace them, because the way a gun trace works, when it does work, half the time it doesn't even work, right? Half the time gun traces end in a dead end. But the way it's supposed to work is, let's say a gun shows up at a crime scene, right? So now let's say they got a Glock, right? Or they got a Taurus, or they got whatever, Smith & Wesson. They know who the manufacturer of that gun is, right? So the way a gun trace works is they go, to the manufacturer, right? The ATF goes to the manufacturer. So let's say they go to Glock and say, hey, we got this gun with this serial number. Which distributor did you give this to? So then the manufacturer gives them the distributor. Okay, so then they go to the distributor and say, okay, the manufacturer sent this gun over here with this number on it. Which dealer did you send it to? All right, so then the ATF goes to the dealer, right? Then when they go to the dealer, they ask the dealer for the paperwork on this gun that was sold with the serial number. So first they go to manufacturer, then they go to dealer, then they go to the actual FFL. And I gotta tell you, my FFL doesn't even keep computerized paperwork. Everything is paper. Some FFLs keep everything on a computer. My FFL does everything by paper. So it never even goes into a computer. So they'd have to go through a couple of years of boxes at my FFL. But the thing is, if let's say one of these guns were to show up, let's say it got stolen or something, ends up at a crime scene, right? Okay. Even if this was serialized, right? They don't know who the manufacturer is, right? I think the way they have it set up, it's gonna have like the state. All right, great. So they know which state it came from. It's not gonna have my full name on it, right? It's not gonna have there's not enough room here to put my full social security number. So even if the gun does show up at a crime scene, right, because it was stolen or something, they can't use the information on the gun to start tracing it, because they can't go back to the manufacturer. So it's kind of pointless. It doesn't go anywhere. It's just an inconvenience, right? That's all it is. And the bottom line is the government shouldn't know what the guns are anyway. And even if you have, let's say, a gun, let's say I was a bad guy, right? Hypothetical situation. I'm a bad guy. I go and it's my intention, let's say, to do a straw purchase, right? Or make a straw purchase. So I go and I buy a gun, right? With the intention of selling it to some drug dealer, right? All right, so I'm playing the role of a bad guy here. All right, so I bought the gun. I know it's in my name. I know I'm selling it, let's say, to a drug dealer. I'm just going to take a Dremel and just Dremel off the serial number. So when it does eventually end up in a crime scene, they have no way of tracing it back to me. So, because I'm already breaking the law in that case. So what's breaking one more law? So, with the Glocks, they got the serial number in 3 places, right? They got it on the frame, they got it on the barrel, and they got it on the slide. All right, so that's 3 places you got to Dremel off. It's now a ghost gun, right? Serializing guns does not solve crimes. The only thing it does is it's basically just an inconvenience, for people that don't commit crimes. Okay, so but anyway, I think I said enough on this. Please go below to the description. It's going to take you straight to the comment page, all right? So you don't have to go fishing. Just put in, just make a comment, any comment, just copy and paste the Second Amendment if you want. Say, shall not be infringed. That's it, But drop a comment, get your family members and friends to make a comment, and let's bump those numbers up. So thanks for watching. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.